fresh off finishing an anime. Got another tick on the list of the anime bucket list, and I am ready to review. So here it comes. Alright, One Piece, or One Pizu as it is in Japanese. Oh god, 1999. Just go through a little bit of the logic for the show. They have megaphones, they have motorbikes, they have fridges, they've got modern raincoats, but they still choose to go around on a boat and fire cannons and use flintlock pistols. But anyway, let's get into reviewing this brilliant show that has been running for what it seems like forever. Now, One Piece, this is the synopsis for the show. One Piece basically is based in a world where it's sort of today, I'm guessing, but it's based in a world where pirates rule. And there was a pirate 22 years ago named Gold Roger, and he was dubbed King of the Pirates after he basically conquered the whole world. And the world in One Piece is basically one strip of land called the Red Line, and then there's little islands everywhere, and there's 4 seas that are all separated by a mass of water in the middle called the Grand Line. And then there's another, and on the 2 outer bits of the Grand Line there's the Calm Belt. And then you've got your 4 seas, which is the East Blue, the West Blue, the North Blue, and the South Blue. Those are all the seas. Now, was it Gold Roger basically conquered the whole world and became the most infamous pirate in this world. And after he got caught, and then before he was executed, he said that anybody who finds his treasure may have it, and is basically becomes king of the pirates. Wealth beyond your wildest dreams. Now this show, and then it skips forward 22 years, and it goes about a kid named Luffy, Monkey D. Luffy. Luffy ate a devil fruit, and devil fruit is a special type of fruit that can only be found on the islands in the Grand Line. These fruits, once you eat them, you get a special power. Luffy ate the gum gum fruit, which makes his whole body rubber. So bullets have no effect on him, and he can stretch really long distances. And basically, it's kind of like an elastic band effect. If you like band yourself with an elastic band, it hurts. Well, he's basically a giant rubber band. So if he punches you with his elasticity, then you're done for. And he's aspiring to become king of the pirates. That's his goal, and he doesn't care if he dies or if he gets beat up beyond all reparation. He just wants to become the king of the pirates. And he decides to get a crew going because he knows he can't conquer the Grand Line by himself. He wants to get a crew going and conquer the Grand Line and get the title of the king of the pirates. That is the synopsis. Now into the characters. So let's start off with Monkey D. Luffy, the main character of One Piece. So Luffy is the main character of the show, the main character, and he's a pretty cool character. He's as I said, he won't stop at nothing. He's kind of stupid and ignorant, but he's funny. He's got black hair. He wears a straw hat, which you find out the meaning for the straw hat, I think, in like episode 6 or something, when they start to go into the backstories. And yeah, that's really all that there is about Luffy, without spoiling much. But he's just really determined. He won't give up, and he's a good character to build around for a franchise as well, because he has most characters that create a franchise have like a key thing you notice straight away. Like what is it in One Piece? Luffy has the straw hat. Whenever you see that straw hat, you know it's Luffy. Next up is Roa Noa Zoro, the second character to come in. So Roa Noa Zoro is my personal favorite character. He, to me, is he's got meaning behind his character a lot. And he uses three swords. He uses the three sword style or sword technique, where he uses two katanas in one hand and puts one of his katanas in his mouth, and he basically slices shit up with that. And he's got green hair. He wears this bandana type thing when he's fighting, but when he's not fighting, it's tied around his arm. White shirt. Luffy and him met up at the very first island Luffy goes to after his shipwrecks, and he beats the Alberta pirates. He was before he became Luffy's friend and a part of his crew. He originally was a bounty hunter, a pirate hunter, and he would use that to get money and also raise his level, because his goal, like Luffy wants to become king of the pirates, Zoro wants to become the world's greatest swordsman. The third character introduced is Nami, and she is the sole female member on Luffy's crew. So, Nami, she is, as I said, the only female member on the crew, and as her choice of weapon, she uses like this kind of bow, like a bow as in a wooden bow. If the stick bow, that's it. And she smack it. It starts off as like this small thing, and then she like throws it and turns into a big thing, and she whacks people with it. She was introduced as a master thief, but when you get into, I think it's like the late 30s, the early 40s, you find out her backstory. I don't want to spoil too much. And you find out her backstory, and actually it's probably the most, not detailed, but the most one they spent the most time on, Name's backstory. She's got red hair, and the other character who I'm going to tell you about next, Sanji, is completely in love with her. Next up is Sanji, the chef of Luffy's crew and the person that uses only his feet to fight. Yes, so Sanji is a chef who was on the Baratie, but after he leaves the Baratie for certain reasons to join Luffy's crew. I'm not going to tell you why or how. I'm just going to tell you he does. And he's a pretty cool character. Blondie, he's my second favourite character. So for me, it goes Zoro, Sanji, then probably Nami and Luffy at the same, and then Usopp's my least favourite, which I'll talk about Usopp next. Sanji, he has a good backstory, and he only uses his feet to fight. He's like an expert martial artist with his feet. And the reason why he uses his feet, because he says if a chef hurts his hands, then he can't cook, so he just uses his feet, and he has the mad kick moves and all that. So that's Sanji. Finally is Usopp. He is the chronic liar, and in my opinion, the weakest character out of the crew. So in my opinion, I do believe Usopp is the weakest character. He hasn't got as much as an important backstory as the other characters do. I feel like Luffy and Usopp's backstory isn't touched on as much as the other three. The other three have brilliant backstories, but I'm not a big fan. Usopp's is very bland. And they made Usopp through, at this time in the anime when they made Usopp, there's only Nami, Luffy and Zoro in the crew, so they go and do their stuff, and they need food. This time they don't have the ship, the Going Merry, and then they basically come up on this island. Usopp proclaims himself as the single pirate on this island, even though he's a bit of a liar, and he tells lies all the time. Yeah, and then they end up defeating a guy, and then Usopp ends up joining the crew. And I do believe his goal is one of the weakest goals on the crew. But anyway, he's a good marksman. He's extremely good marksman. He could hit a thing from at least like 100 miles away, easy, with his slingshot, which is his choice of weapon. But yeah, that's Usopp, and yeah, we'll be moving on. Alright, the soundtrack and animation in the show. Well, let's start off with the animation. The animation is what you can expect from a 1999 anime. It isn't the best compared to today's anime, but it is extremely good for its era. If you compare it to some of the other anime of that era, it is really good, and you can sort of see their trial and error with the, you know, typical, like, no, the stereotypical anime eyes, as you see in Nami, is the girl characters are mainly the own people with and the stereotypical anime eyes, and all the guy characters kind of have just the circle with the dot inside. So you can sort of see it there. There's not really much to talk about to say about the animation besides when they're at sea, it actually is really pretty, and I cannot wait till I get up to the newer seasons to see what happens with the animation. I wouldn't mind if it stays the same like this for the rest of the show, but I know it's going to change because someone wrote that the animation evolves with it. So I'm going to be looking forward to like the episode like 500, 600, 600 onwards, basically, because that's where the modern, in my opinion, modern era. I think it's like 2008 to now. But anyway, yeah. And then next we have got the soundtrack. Now the soundtrack, during the show there has been some piano pieces, which is what I listen out for. I just can't remember any of them. I remember one in the last couple of episodes, which was really cool. Now moving on to ending themes and starting themes. Starting theme, the first season starting theme, like from episode 1 to 48. Not really. I didn't really like it that much. It's a bit too happy. Not the biggest fan. Ending theme. I didn't like the first ending theme either, because it kind of annoyed me. But that's just that. Some people might love it. Some people might hate it. Second theme though, I believe, whatever it's called. That was a bloody brilliant piece. Like, it was a brilliant song to listen to from episode 48 to 61, and I listened to that theme song the whole time. All the other theme songs I just skipped, like from episode 1 to 48 I mostly skipped that theme song, but with this theme song I didn't skip it. I listened to it all the way through. Same with the ending theme for the second half of the season. It changes around episode I think after they finish off Nami's backstory arc. So as I finish that, which is about episode 41 or 42, something like that, they get her back, like, after they finish off her backstory, the second ending theme comes in, and that ending theme's not too bad. I've listened to it through a couple times, but it's not the best. Alright, on to final thoughts. Alright, final thoughts. I do believe this. I understand why people love this anime so much. I really do like it, but to me, it's not on par with some of my others, but it's a really good anime, and I can't wait to watch season 2. The pros and cons are actually really good. The pros for this is 61 episode season, so it's going to keep you busy for a while. 2, there's not that much filler episodes. Every episode ends up making a meaning, besides episode 19, which they could have done away with, but it still fits into the story. That's probably the only real filler episode, and Buggy's adventure in episode like 48 or 47. That was another filler, which they could have finished off in like, not even an episode. They could have finished it off in 5 minutes, in just like a prologue. But anyway, cons, the anime, if you're looking for a serious anime, this anime isn't very serious. It's kind of fun in games, and I think as it's going to go along, it's going to get a little bit more serious. I don't know. I don't really care, because I don't care if an anime's serious or not. But yeah, that's the only real con. And yeah, I can't wait till I watch season 2, as I said. I think that's like 100, I think that's actually 70 episodes season 2, but anyway. Tell me what you guys thought in the comments. I would rate this anime probably a solid 8.7 or 8.8. It's not the best, but you're gonna be watching one of the most famous animes of all time, and it's a brilliant anime. So I advise you guys watch it. And yeah, I strongly advise it. So this is Aydan Does Anime, and we will see you in the next episode.